Howdy folks, Darren back with you. Welcome to 8th Day Chronicles. Not on the farm today. We're back in the woods. As you can see, I've got my Alice pack strapped to my back. I've got my little boy's axe and a few other goodies. We're heading to the campsite and we're looking forward to today. It's a beautiful spring day. I'm a little bit out of breath coming over a hill there. We are taking a short break this weekend because we got hay season coming up very fast. And we're going to be baling hay, cutting hay, a lot of things going on the farm. So we got away from the farm today. We are on property we own. This is the day the Lord hath made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Let's head to the campsite. I couldn't tell you how many backpacks I went through the years. I've got one little small field line backpack. If I'm going on just a real short hike and I'm not carrying much with me, I'll take. And I couldn't tell you how many backpacks I've bought that's ended up in the trash. And if you put a lot of weight in one of those little day packs without a frame in it, man, those things can they just don't last if you're putting weight in it. As you can see, I have on my military Alice pack. I've had this pack for about 4 years now, and this is the best pack I've ever owned. I know some folks are on the straddle the fence about an Alice pack. I love my Alice pack. Matter of fact, this pack was given to me by a Vietnam veteran, and I cherish this backpack. Plus, it's fantastic. I've got stuff attached to it through the molly webbing, all sorts of stuff. It's got all the room I need, and I've only got this thing about half loaded. I could put double this amount in this pack and carry it very comfortably. It has the kidney belt and a good pad on the kidney belt. Makes this pack super comfortable. I can carry this pack all day long and it don't hurt my shoulders and hurt my back. I brought coffee. It's getting really warm today, but I drink coffee all day long and I'm really craving some campfire coffee. So let's get our pack hung up, and where we cut down some little bushes back a couple of years ago, some of these little stobs has popped back up, and I knew that. I knew they were here last year, and I knew that they would be back up. I brought my SOG machete as well as the little boy's axe. I've got a little 13-inch SOG safari machete that I really, really like. It holds a good edge for what it is. And I'm gonna need to clean out some of these stobs. So I'm gonna get this pack off, and first thing I'm gonna do is get a fire going and some water boiling in a pot so we can get some coffee made. If you have an Alice pack, this is fantastic. I had a friend made me this out of paracord. The handle makes a great spot to hang your pack. I don't like to sit my pack on the ground. I like to hang it from a tree. Got my stool. Big old black snake just went flying by me. I'm not a snake person. Now, a black snake, I realize they kill rats and mice and all that type of stuff. And if a black snake leaves me alone, I leave it alone. Me and the black snake come to an understanding. I'll leave him alone if he'll leave me alone and get out of my campsite. Some folks may wonder why I carry a boy's axe in the woods. This is personal opinion. This is a Collins axe, if you can see the name there, and I've put some red tape and stuff bright. If you leave these things laying around in the woods and the leaves around your campsite, next thing you're looking around going, where's my axe? I can't find my axe. Anything that's natural colored, I put some kind of bright color on it so I can find it. Why do I carry a boy's axe with me in the woods? This is a 2 1/4 pound head. The length of it is longer than a hatchet, but not as long as a standard single bit axe. I can do a whole lot more with this than I can a hatchet or a machete. I love a boy's axe for camping, bushcraft. I'm no bushcrafter, but whatever you want to call it. I watch a lot of bushcraft channels, and I enjoy that content, camping channels and wilderness channels. And a boy's axe is small. It's not as small as a hatchet, but if you need it to do finer type work, you can, what you call, just like a baseball bat, you can choke up on it, and it's very controllable. If you need more power, you get down at the end and you can really split some wood with it. It's light enough to carry. It's not as heavy as a full-size single bit axe. It's a little bit heavier than a hatchet, but a lot more versatile. A boy's axe is my choice. That's personal opinion. I'd rather have this boy's axe as any other thing I could have around the campsite. I can hammer with it on the back. I can even feather sticks for a fire, because this thing is very sharp. A boy's axe to me is just the best of both worlds. All right, let's get us a fire going. I added snap buckles to my Alice pack instead of the old standard ones that were on it. Really, really like those straps. Here I got a pot, and you'll have to excuse my pot. I could not find my camping pot with the other handle, and I had to bring this one to boil some water in. Worked just fine. Our French press, and the brand of this one is a portable and. Really like this French press. We'll set this aside here for just a moment. Okay, we need to find our fire starting equipment. If you're going out into the woods, you need a way to survive. If you are a hunter, trapper, fisherman, forager, whatever, and you're going into the wilderness, into the woods, you need to be prepared just in case you get lost. And a fire is essential. I carry, you're crazy. I said this in the last video, the campfires and coffee. You're crazy if you go in the woods and you don't carry a lighter. I carry multiple lighters with me. In my packs, probably in every other pocket's a lighter. There's probably 4 or 5 of them in there. I also carry a ferro rod and cotton balls soaked in Vaseline in a medicine jar, airtight. If you get caught out in the woods and you're gonna have to spend the night unplanned, and it's been raining and wet and rainy, this will get you a fire going when nothing else will. Fantastic. If you have some fat wood works good. This works phenomenal. A cotton ball soaked in Vaseline, a spark off this ferro rod, and you got a fire. But before we do this, we have to get us some tinder and some kindling ready, so when the flame takes, we have some fuel to put on it. So let's get some wood done at first. It's good heartwood, and I'm gonna feather some of it to help get our fire going. And today I'm using my knife. It's a Buck Vanguard. As far as a production knife goes, I really like a Buck. I just use the blade of my little pocket knife. Pull me out a wad of that cotton. Okay. These furrow rods come with a little striker, and this one ain't bad. Okay, you can use the back of your knife, and that's usually what I tend to use. See how quick that took? That is amazing how fast that'll take. That will get you a fire going. Get us some coals so we can start some coffee. And this wood is dry, but it's not dry. It rained all day yesterday. All right, let's go catch some water. All right, we got us a nice good pot of spring water. If you've never used a French press for coffee, I tell you, you don't know what you're missing. Better than cowboy coffee. If you ask me, better than cowboy coffee ever thought about being. Okay, in our Alice pack, we have coffee. All right, I've already pre-measured this at home, so I'm gonna go ahead and dump the coffee in the French press. You dump your coffee using the French press, you dump it straight in. Okay, and I like my coffee black, dark. I like dark roast and straight black, strong. I like strong coffee, and a French press lines up perfectly with what I like. It may come to the point that I have to set this pot down on the coals here in a minute when that burns down a little. Another thing, I have plenty of rope and a tarp. I think it's like a 5x8 tarp or 5x7 that I could put up for a roof and stay here tonight if I want to. In my pack, a hammock. Okay, we've had to resort to putting the water right down on the coals. We are to have some boiling water here very shortly. All right, and I forgot to bring me a glove or a pot holder. I'm having to use the sleeve of my... All right, let me get a little different grip. We're gonna fill our French press about halfway up, stir it, and cap it, and let's put the water back on the fire. Stir it with our wooden spoon. All right, let's cap this before we lose any more heat. All right, let's put our fire. Have you ever seen anybody use their shirt sleeve for a pot holder? I'm gonna burn my shirt if I ain't careful. Alright, let's finish filling up our French press. Alright, there we go. Now we're just gonna let this pot sit and cool off. Okay, let's cap this off. Let it sit for a few minutes. Brew. You don't get away occasionally and enjoy the great outdoors, or just whatever you enjoy. I enjoy fishing tremendously. I've been fascinated with fishing ever since I was a small child. How French press works: take your French press. All right, now we put our coffee grounds in it. We filled it about halfway with boiling water, let it sit for about 5 minutes, stirred it real good, capped it, let it sit for about 5 minutes. Then we added the rest of the pot with boiling water. All right, now the cap is closed. We're going to slowly, and I can't stress this enough, slowly push down on this plunger. What it's doing is pushing all those floating grounds to the bottom. Okay, until there it is, till you feel it get firm. Don't keep pushing. My daughter pushed on it so hard one time it blew the top off and coffee went everywhere. All right, now we can turn it to where the spout is open. Right there. All right, let's pour us a cup of coffee. Wow. Some folks are going to say, though, that's way too dark, but too strong. That's how I like my coffee. All right. Set our cup down and close the lid so it'll stay hot, and we're done. Coffee time. Oh, that is so good. That is you couldn't get a cup of coffee this good anywhere. In a store, I should say. If you tune into our channel for the hay and small farm equipment content, lots of that's coming up. It is the last week of April, and we are planning on probably cutting our test plot sometime toward the end of the first week of May. So within a week to a week and a half, and that's all weather dependent. But in the meantime, today we're spending time in the woods. I think Monday I'm going on a fishing trip. I'm trying to get all my fun in before the hay starts. Of course, don't take me wrong, I'll enjoy working in hay. This is just a great time of year. Here on the side of my Alice pack, I have you may be able to see there, an SOG machete. I really like this little machete. I put a little lanyard on it. It is an SOG Sagfari. It's a 13-inch blade. And if you'll notice, it's got a saw on the top of it. Thanks for being with us today here in the woods. I really appreciate it. Boy, God has blessed us with a beautiful place to live and the freedoms to get out and do what we do. And I'm so thankful for our servicemen and women and our veterans, the ones that's gone before us, to give their life in many situations so that we could have these freedoms. And I'm forever thankful and indebted for that.